You know what it is. It's time again. Today I'm making some mix-up tacos. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start with 2 frozen pork patties, because that's what I got, because I get stuff for free, and I don't like paying for stuff. I'm going to put some of this chicken fajita seasoning on it, because you know, tacos, fajita, they're pretty close. So that chicken fajita seasoning, we're going to just get it on the top of there to get that meat a little seasoned. By the way, you want this pan at about 400 degrees. I got another pan I'm going to cook an egg in. It's going to get around 300 degrees. I'm going to let these cook for a little bit. So what I'm going to throw into it is I got some potatoes already diced up. And then I got a little cup full of diced up jalapenos and a little bit of corn in it. And this time I took the core out of the jalapenos, because last time I was making something I didn't. And I just had a hot food, but this time I'm going to go with a little bit milder. That way it's not super spicy. I like spicy food, so I could give a shit less if you leave the core in or if you take the core out. But on this one, I'm going to take the core out because just to be different this time. So I got pork meat, I got potatoes, jalapenos, corn, the seasoning, and I got an egg that we're going to throw in there. I'm going to spray the top of these a little quick, and I'm going to put this on, let it cook for about 2 minutes. Also, you can use flour or corn tortilla. That's whatever you want to do. Like I said, I get my food for free, so I got free flour tortillas. So that's what I'm going to use. A lot of people say corn tortillas are better, but you have to like blanch them and cook them and all kind of good stuff, because if you're an idiot and try to just fold up a corn tortilla or throw it in the microwave, it's going to rip and it's going to be a whole lame deal going on. But anyway, I'm going to let that cook. Then in the meantime, I'm going to season up my potatoes. So I'm going to put these over here. Not that you really care to see them, but I'm going to use just a regular little bit of salt. Get the damn thing open. So a little bit of salt. There's not a whole lot of potatoes there. Then I want some peppercorn, so basically salt and pepper, but I'm going to throw a little bit of onion on it. A little onion powder, not onion. Just a little bit of that right there. And that's it for those potatoes. They don't really need a lot of seasoning. They're about to get a lot of flavor from the corn and the jalapenos and the egg. And these pork patties are a little bit pre-seasoned, but the seasoning I'm putting on them is going to really, it's going to liven it up. So at this point, now that these patties are getting a little bit where you can put a spatula into them, I'm going to flip them over, because the whole point of it is I just want to cut the meat up. Obviously, I'm making a taco. I don't want patties. So I'm just going to poke a few holes in it to speed this up a little bit. Makes it a little quicker. Put that lid back on. It's going to keep going for a little bit longer. This is the really boring part, by the way, so if you're watching, go follow my YouTube channel. It's Cooking with Klepac. And I have a couple of videos, lives, that I've already done on there. So if you missed a few, you can watch them. It's Cooking with Klepac on YouTube. I made a channel. I need all y'all to go subscribe to that. But in the meantime, I'm going to let this cook here for a minute. I'm going to bring up this other pan to about 300 degrees. Get my little laser. Get my laser. I got a laser. You know, pretty cool little deal. Tells you how hot stuff is. Actually, we're way over 300 degrees, so I'm going to bring it down. But anyways, I'm going to get the egg going, just to knock that part out. Get you 1 egg. I'm going to scramble mine. That's just how I'm going to do it today. Get it good and scrambled. And it's like, it's almost done that quick. Let that sit for a little bit. At this time, the meat's ready to be chopped up, and I'm going to throw the potatoes in with it and put the lid back on. And that is because you want those potatoes to cook to about just under mushy. It's a taco. I don't want a big old crunch in my taco. So I'm going to get that egg out. Set that off to the side. It won't get super cold or anything. I'm going to take this off. start breaking up these patties. And I'm using red potatoes. You can use any color. I don't think that's going to matter. I'm not a super chef or anything like that. So I don't know if they taste different or not. I know apples, different colors taste different. I don't know about potatoes, man. Couldn't tell you that. Throw in them potatoes. Spray it with a little bit of, get a little bit of oil going back in there so nothing sticks on the bottom. Throw that lid back on there. Let it sit for about 2 minutes. And then towards the end of that, I'm going to throw my, I got just a little bit of jalapeno and corn and a little coffee glass. Not a whole lot, just enough to give it an accent. I'm not even going to do anything to it. As soon as it sits for about 2 minutes, I'm going to throw a little bit more of this chicken fajita seasoning, the cheapest one you can find. That's the best one. I don't like to spend a lot of money. You know me. Cooking should be cheap, not expensive. And if it is too expensive, save that stuff for the fine dining restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. Man. Okay, my egg is good. I've got that. My tortillas. I chose to just microwave them because I'm not going to be fancy with it. The only thing fancy about these tortillas is they're microscopically perforated. So if you put them in an oven or something, they wouldn't swell up and explode. Whatever. I got them for free. But anyways, so now my meat's getting done. The potatoes are nice and cubed up really small, so they don't take a whole long time to cook. I'm going to add a little bit more of that seasoning, like I said, to it. Make sure this gets fully cooked and good and diced up. If you're going to, I don't know how most people do tacos. I'm not a taco person. And if I am, I'm one of those people, I just throw a bunch of shit in a tortilla and call it a day. I've never like sat down and made tacos. It's stuff that's just readily available. You know, a lot of food that I messed up on earlier that I want to save. So what do people do? Throw it in a tortilla and say, hey, that was a meal. No, it wasn't, motherfucker. You messed up your last meal and you're using the leftovers to call it another meal. That's what a taco is, if you ask me. So this stuff's getting there. Pull a potato out and see how far along they are. Oh yeah. Not too mushy, not too crunchy. We're going to throw our corn and jalapenos in there. So you're going to have a good little mix going. It's going to look like that. And then that's almost it. The eggs have almost cooled down, so that's why I cooked them a little earlier. I didn't want to overcook them, but since I knew they'd cool down, I'm going to throw them back into this pan. Then I'm going to pull all this out and I'm going to eat one because I'm hungry and I don't feel like doing anything else right now. So, fuck yeah. Throw those eggs in there. Stir it around. We got you a little good little mix going here. And I'll tell you what, that doesn't look half bad. So once again, it's pork beef. Pork beef, that was stupid. It's pork meat, eggs, potatoes, jalapenos with the core taken out so it's not super hot. A little bit of chicken fajita seasoning, salt, pepper, onion powder, and some corn. all thrown into a pot, mixed together, and we're going to put it on a tortilla. I'm going to go ahead and take that off because that's done. That bad boy is ready to go. Then it is now time to eat one of these. It's time to eat one. Time to eat me some tacos. Because that's the only thing I haven't made yet. Throw that shit back in my sink where it belongs. But anyway, we'll fold that bad boy up and eat it. I'll tell you what, that's a damn good taco. Like I said, I don't really eat tacos because tacos aren't my thing. But as for leftover food I got for free and put it together into a bowl and made a meal, food, whatever you want to call it, there you go. Good shit. All right, y'all.